Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about framing what's in your shot and how it helps your story stroke documentary style. But I've prepared a clip which I'm going to play right now, and basically it shows something that can be used in either genre. Play. Right, okay, so that should be enough time. If I forgot to put it in, it'd be really bad, but basically that clip can be used, so in the documentary scenario, if you're doing like a day in the life of a particular person, perhaps a celebrity, you might use that, or something similar at the start. Stock sound effects from YouTube archive and my library. So basically, depth of field means, well, it's to do with focus. So, for example, you may have seen an image where you've got a particular object in the front is in focus and what is in the background is not. So it's quite artistic and it draws your attention to a certain object in the frame. So if you're filming like a documentary and you're filming, I don't know, an object, so for example this, if you were filming this object, you might have this against either a white background of some description, green screen, or you know, just in a room, and you might have a depth of field. And basically, if you're filming a documentary situation, you want an interview. So right now I'm looking right down the barrel of the camera for this particular situation and this style. But if I was doing a more documentary style, I'd perhaps be sat down off to the side and looking over the side of the camera because that looks more natural. So basically, with this style of video, I would probably be using jump cuts, which is where you cut from like that to that, etc. But if you were going for a more documentary formal style, you might cover it. So you might have a second camera. So I've got one there, might be one there, looking straight at me. And when I want to cut from A to B, or cut in the video, I use the cut of the angle to cover the cut of the video in general. You can also cover it by using an insert, that's a still shot or a video cutaway to something. So again, an object which your interviewee is talking about, or a building or something that you get, and that's called B-roll. B-roll is what you record when you're not recording. So if I was recording a documentary, this would be my interview, and then my B-roll would be perhaps something like, I don't know, a bit of footage I put over the top or something like. Now, depending on your situation, if you're doing a wide shot, you would probably use a lavalier microphone, which is what this is. Now, these have their problems for action, but as this is just a noise. So, basically, documentary situation like this, you can see it, it's quite easy, it's not a problem. But a film narrative situation, it's probably going to be more problematic and can destroy the illusion. So you would use a boom mic over the head, out of the frame. Basically, if you're filming an artifact, you might have a white background, infinite white background of some description, or you might not. You might even use a black background in some cases. It doesn't really matter, it's just some productions do, some productions don't. It doesn't make a difference really. If you're recording something that exists in the real world, like a building or that, you would just record it. But if you are recording a building, it's quite important that you make sure you're not putting the camera into the sun, because in order to take a picture of the sun, you need a filter on your camera. These are quite expensive, and it would mean you wouldn't see the building properly. So it's best to shoot it. If you want to shoot a particular angle of the building, you need to shoot at a particular time of day. So if I wanted to record the back of the house with my camera, but I would perhaps, and I'd have the sun on the building but not in the frame. So it wouldn't disturb the camera, but the building would be nicely lit. The other thing to be careful of is don't film in the dark and set your ISO, which is exposure, really high. because you'll get a grainy, horrible looking image. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you at some point in the future, hopefully next week, but you know, it's the summer holiday, so that's probably not too difficult. Goodbye.